Hey guys, welcome back to Jon's Watch. Today I'm taking a look at a game called Last Days of Old Earth. And this game was released on Steam on March 3rd, 2016. Its trigger price is $27.99 Canadian, I think that'll be $25 US. And it's developed by Auroch Digital and published by Slitherine Limited. Now what is Last Days of Old Earth? Well, it is a turn-based strategy game, but it's also part board game, part card game, part dice game. It's very interesting. It combines a lot of different mechanics from different games, and it actually works really well. I've played it for just under an hour so far, and I've managed to do the tutorial and beaten the game once. It's currently in early access, and I'm just going to show off a bit of the gameplay. So you go to skirmish here, and this is all the customization options you have right now. You can have a small, medium, or large map size. You can have your resources be sparse, normal, or abundant. Just leave that on normal. And this is the game's biggest weakness right now, is there's only two races. You can be the human Skywatchers or the robot Automata. And you just want to go for mixed, because these are the kind of units you'll get. It's nice to have a mixture of them. So you go mixed, you set it up to go Automata mixed. And then if you want, you can add 2 more players, but they would just be Skywatchers or Automata again. Now I looked through the early access notes, and nowhere in those notes does it say that they're planning on adding any more races in early access, which is a bit of a shame because it can get very old just playing as one of 2 races over and over again, and that's the only way you can play the game, is just using those 2 races. So I'm hoping they'll maybe add them as free or paid DLC in the future. It doesn't sound like they'll be coming out in early access, so I think it will probably have to be a DLC model for them. But that is, I believe, the biggest downside to the game. I think it's a very good game so far, and I'm going to get into that when we start the game up. Okay, so here we are, we've started the game, and the first thing you might think is, this looks a bit overwhelming, but then you kind of realize it's not that bad. Like Civilization 5 and Beyond Earth and Endless Legend, their UIs are very overwhelming. You've got tons of numbers and pluses and minuses going on all the time. Here, you just have AP, you've got your materials, you've got population, and you've got energy. And that's all you have to worry about. You've just got those 4 stats. And here we've got our initiative roll. This is where it's part dice game. At the beginning of every single turn, you and your opponent will roll for initiative. You start with 3 dice. You can sacrifice one of these stats. So I could go down to 4 if I wanted an extra dice. I'll just go with 3 for now, we'll confirm that. So he decided to add an extra dice, and he still didn't beat me. I got 2 hits and he got 1. So that means I get to go first, he'll go second this turn, and I also get more AP than he does. And AP is just your actions throughout the turn, as you might expect. So we'll accept that. Now here we are, we've started in the top right corner of the map, and this is our city clan home. You can see at the bottom we've got a hand of cards here. Oh, we've got a discard pile, we've got a draw pile here, you can have 7 cards in your hand. That's a really cool mechanic. This part card game is very, very neat. So we start off here with our city and our kind of scout unit. And we'll just send him out a little bit to explore. So over here we've got an encounter. That'll be just a ruins from Civ. I'll compare it mostly to Civ, probably. That's the 4X game I'm most familiar with. Although the sort of area layout, the graphics, and the kind of UI here are very similar to Endless Legend, I'd say. I think that this little city box here looks very similar to Endless Legend. If we go into the city, we can start garrisoning units from our hand, and we can put together an army if we want. So each little army needs a hero. So we've got 2 heroes in our hand right now. We'll go for this one, sounds good. And you can see adding that took up action points and some of these stats. For example, if we want to put this Iron John Crawler in there, it'll take 3 AP, it'll cost us 1 materials, won't cost population, but it'll cost 2 energy. I think that's worth it. And we'll put some skirmishers in there as well. In fact, we could put another skirmishers in there. So we've got quite a nice little army there. We don't have enough AP to create an army of it yet, so we'll just leave them in the garrison. and that will be our turn done. At the end of every turn, you put any of your unused AP into this bar here, into your resource surplus, and when it reaches the end, it'll tick over, you'll get a little 1 here, and what you can do with that is you can use it to buy any one of these things. So you just click the little plus, and you can get, I'd get up to 3 population if I needed that desperately. It's quite hard to balance your surplus AP with your hand. Right now I'm down to 1 card in my hand, so it'd be nice to draw a few more, but I used up all my AP building a little army there. So that'll be our first turn done. And we'll just go normal again, and we get to go first again, that's great. So you can see here this grid around the outside, that is our supply range, and this is how the game works very differently from other 4X games. You don't expand with settlers and other cities, you just kind of build watchtowers and like garrisons along the way to spread out and maximize your supply range. If you're fighting inside your supply range, you fight at full health and everything, or at full strength. If you're outside of your supply range, you can only move 1 grid per turn, and you take a bunch of penalties to your stats. So you always want to be fighting inside your supply range, and to do that you have to expand your empire. And you do that by moving an army from here and building outposts and stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move him onto the encounter. So we can claim this tile, it'll end his movement, but we get 2 population. Yes, thank you. And he's seen a little bit. If he hops onto a hill somewhere, I think he can climb this one. He'll get a lot more visibility, although we're right at the edge of the map, so it won't really help. Now we can go here, we'll create our army. You can name them if you want. We'll just go for the Grey Eagle Rangers. And you move everything from your garrison into the army, and we will deploy our army for 1 AP. So here they go. Now we can start moving them around. You see this tile here, it has one materials there. So if we can't do anything yet. Oh no, we can actually. Yeah, we can build a collector here. So that costs a bit, but it'll expand our supply range, and we'll get more materials per turn. So we'll do that. There it goes. It's under construction, that's fine. And we'll draw 1 card. We'll draw 2 cards and we'll end our turn there. We're not going to use initiative dice yet, that's fine, we don't really need that much AP at this point. We'll scroll out a little bit. Let's move him there. And oops, and there. Just want to try and find a hill we can stand on. So there's our collector done, I think so. So we can deploy our guys out again. We just have a look. We want to stay inside our supply range, but we'll try moving them. Whoops. Oh, I think I sent them back in. Whoops. Here we go. And there. Ooh, that is a lovely place to... Oh, look at all these tiles. That's great. Can we put a little collector there? Oh, look at how much that's going to increase our supply range. Yes, please. We'll take a card. And that will do. So we'll probably want to start building a new army soon. We'll find our enemy soon. The map isn't really that big. You can see these are kind of the edges. The last game I played was also the first game I played. I won, I completely wiped out the enemy in 18 turns, or 18 rounds. So it's quite short games. Let's get him moving around a little bit. That was all his turn, alright, because he's outside the supply range, so he can't really do much. Grey Eagle Rangers, out you go. They can go there, and there. We haven't seen any enemy yet. Let's start putting together a new army. That hero. We kind of need this, but we don't have enough energy for that. So we can't play it. So we'll probably just add... We can add both of those actually, so we'll add both of those there. And we'll leave it for now. We want one of these in there at some point. Take a card. Oh, bear can't. Great. We'll end our turn. So you can see because we've settled, we've put collectors on these 2 tiles. We're now getting +2 materials, we're getting 2 population, 2 energy per turn. That's very good. So he's right at the edge here. So what we can do is we can put down a outpost, which takes these here, and look at how much that's going to increase our supply range. It will when it's done building. This guy, he just needs to scout around a little bit, really. Doesn't really matter if he's not moving like his full potential. Let's... Yeah, we're not getting very close to these, are we? We'll take a card. Oh, shield generator, that's quite nice. We'll end our turn there. I've gone first like every turn except for one, I think. And I haven't used any initiative dice. Oh, look at how much we've got here now. Look, he's inside supply range now. Oh. Okay. So I think if we do this, we'll get a card. Yep. So that costs 2 energy to get the card, but it's probably worth it. Where is our troops? Here they are. Deploy. There you go. Oh, there's like an event here. There we get 2 more materials. Nice. And if we go back to clan home, we can add... Oh, this one's free actually because we got it. So yeah, we'll add that. That's a pretty nice little army, so we'll create that army. Put that all together. I really like the card system. It's a very good idea. Just to make it a little bit different. This is quite a strong army, that's quite nice. We've done quite a few turns and we haven't seen the opponent yet at all, so I haven't got to show off combat. The combat's actually really fun in this, so I'm hoping I'll be able to show that off. We'll go there. Oh, there's like a mountain range here. Let's try here. Thinking he should be able to build an outpost there. Oh, look how much that's going to increase it. I don't think the enemy's going to be down here. I think they'll probably be over in the bottom left. We'll keep building. Oh, we got that there. Go there. Jeez, we're not seeing much, are we? Let's get another... Probably just 1 card. Because we don't really need to build an army right now. Well, we got 2 cards. We need another hero before we can make an army. So we won't worry about that for now. Wow, he really wanted to go first this turn. That's interesting. Still nowhere near me, though. Okay, deploy. Down you come. Ooh, there's another event. Oh, what's this? Oh. Okay, so we could give them 4 population. We can't do that. We could leave, or we can attack. Let's just attack, so we can have a little bit of combat. They are... Oh, that's that's weird. So we're both in our supply right here. We're pretty much going to win. So you can auto-resolve, which is nice, but I will engage to show off the combat. So each unit, you can right-click on them to have a closer look. Usually these kind of like vehicle ones want to be in the back row here. If they're in the back row, they can't attack the enemy, but they can help buff your units in the front. So here, choose a friendly infantry unit. That unit gets +2 attack until the end of the round. So we're going to place him back there. Are these both the same? Absolve skirmishers, yes. So they are probably fine just there. They can also buff, or they can just do an attack. So yeah, that's a good layout. Sometimes they can only hit certain like adjacent things, so you'll want to position them, but these guys are fine here. I'll get into their stats when we get into the combat. Because they have less troops, they have a better chance of going first. You can see they only lost 1 for the size of their army, and we lost 2 for the size of our army. That's fine, so they go first. You can see the initiatives over here. So one of theirs goes, then one of mine goes, and one of theirs goes, and 2 of mine go. So, we're going to want to start with this guy, and we're going to buff just one of them up. So you can see here, he has got 5 attack here. If he's being attacked. He's got 5 attacks, he got buffed, normally he has 3 attack. The shield is their defense. If if they attack and we have defense, then you roll a defense dice and it can cancel out their attack potentially. And then you've also got health. So he's got 6 health. I can potentially do 5 damage. Let's try our best. So we roll our dice. And we only got 2 damage there. What you can do is you can use a hero die or a fate point, and you can re-roll dice. And it doesn't actually re-roll them, it just gives you a hit on them. So it's kind of a strange mechanic. Once you run out of them, you can't use them again in this combat. But it's very easy just to use your fate and get an easy kill. It takes a lot of the RNG out of it, and I think RNG is like quite an important part of these kind of games. Okay, we will also attack here. We could potentially do 3, so if we roll well enough, we didn't, but I'm going to use 2 fate points and just get rid of him. He goes first, because he's got more initiative dice, I guess, and he's taking no penalties now. That's fine, so he'll go first. But then I'll get my 3 to attack. Oh, he just died. That's unfortunate. There's actually no... Oh yeah, I can give him attack. There we go. I thought he was the defense one. And we'll attack this. 3 attack. We can't finish him off. I'm going to go for 4 damage. There we go. He goes first again. He shouldn't be able to kill this. Nope, 1 attack. We'll do the same thing again. Buff him up. Attack. We should be able to get 2 hits. We did. Done. Hooray! So they died. I think we get their outpost because of that. Oh, we lost one of our units. That's sad. Do we not get an outpost? No, maybe not. We can't build on there, so I think there is something there. What do we want to do? Is there anything else we need to do? Has he moved? He has not moved. God, he's still seeing nothing. You can move here. Let me move out there and try and build a little bit. Do that. Yes, good stuff. And that'll do for that turn. He's not very good at getting to go. I've got such a big empire here, and we still haven't seen the actual enemy. This is crazy. Okay, so he's damaged, so what we're going to do is we're going to build... And are we at the edge? We are. We're just going to build an outpost here. Do that. And because it's in the outpost, you can go to your army, and you can go heal and repair. We just have to heal 1, so it's just going to cost 2 AP. And that's that. That's done. That's healed. We can actually add something else to it if we want. We probably don't want 2 of these, so I'm going to try and get something like that. What are we missing? We're missing population. Add enough for 1 extra population. So next turn we should be able to add that to the army. I don't need to go first, that's fine. Okay, back in here. We can add Northwalk veterans to there. Deploy! Keep going, friends. God, he's not seeing anything. And you can deploy. We'll go here. Oh, we don't have enough resources for that. Well, we'll wait till next turn, I guess. Okay, so we've finally found the enemy city here. You can see we pretty much explored the entire map. We've got the bottom here. The red border is the bottom of the map. There's the edge of the map over there. So we did pretty much explore the whole thing. Look at how much belongs to us. This is all ours here. Actually, I think this is all ours as well, yeah. So if we attack the city, we will actually be in our supply range. So we'll get our benefits. We've already moved, so I don't think we can attack yet. Not yet, but you can see what's in there. We will attack next turn. And what I'm probably gonna... I was gonna say I'll put together another army. I don't think I'll need it, to be honest. I think we're good. So let's just end our turn. Oh shit, that's just moved in there. So they've got a bit more attack. Well, they've got a lot of attack. Oh, I'm going second. I probably should have used it there. They've got so much attack there. but he's just left for some reason. Okay, so if we click it, we can see... ooh, we would not do very well. They've got a lot of troops in there. So we're not going to want to do that. We are going to kill this thing. 17%, I'm just going to auto-resolve that, just to get that out of the way. I'll show you the big battle at the end, probably. Can you get over there? No, you can't move. Okay, we're going to put together another army. I don't have a hero. Oh, thank God. Hero, and that's all I can do this turn. Where are you? Yeah, you need to get down here. You can only move here. It's going to take him a while to get there. But what I could do is I could kind of throw this army against this thing to kind of wear him down, and then come in with this one. So I might do that next turn. Yeah, I'm just going to put him back here and add another unit to it. Let's have a look at that. What do we want here? Oh, these have reach, so they can actually attack from the back row. That's probably really useful, actually. Let's get that in there. We could put this in as well. It'd be nice to have another attacking thing. Come on. Oh, no. One more. Well, that didn't go very well. That's fine. We can do it next turn as well. Oh, I forgot to move that one up there. Whoops. Now he's actually making a big mistake. He's actually sending his troops out of the city, which is making the city very weak. So, let's hope we get... We've got one more room in our hand. Nope. Okay, fine. We're going to send this out. Actually, we could put something else in there. Let's put that in there. Deploy it. We're going in. We're going to go attack the city. I guess I'll move you down as well. Here you go. Okay, let's give it a go. We're going to try and attack the city here. 52% versus 47%. Wow. Okay, this is going to be a pretty interesting fight, I think. Iron Drum Crawler needs to be in the back. This has reach, so it should be in the back. Just want to make sure we've got them all set up properly. So he needs to be adjacent, and he can attack wherever. So, we're probably going to switch these two around. He's got more health, so he can take more hits. These guys both... They both get... He grants attack. He can attack. Yeah, okay. That'll do. So do we actually get to go first? Yeah, I've got more initiative dice. We've got the same size armies. Oh my god, look at that. This is the biggest army I've ever fought, actually. Okay. What are we going to don't want to do? I think I'm losing attack from something. Looks like this thing, Terror. Let's buff him up. So he's going first with this thing. Holy shit. Well, that was a bit of a disaster. So he's just got defense because his buddy died. Okay, we can potentially take this thing out in one turn, so let's try that. No, we can't. So I can only do 3. I can at most do 6 damage. If he dies, that's going to be really bad, actually. No damage. Okay, let's try and... Oh, he's got 6 attack. He can surely attack this thing. Take him out. Wow. He needs to do, what, 3 damage? So 1, 2, 3. Done. I've only got 1 fate point left. I think I'll probably lose this, actually. He does have tons of health. That's really nice. Fuck, all he can do is buff him, actually. Oh, look at that attack, though. Holy shit. Fine, I guess. Oh wow, he can hit him as well. Well, I got pretty destroyed there. You see I lost pretty much all of my army, and I just retreated at the end. I probably wasn't as cautious as I should have been. I was just trying to show off some fighting in the video. I've still got a pretty good company over there that could probably do some good damage. Anyway, hopefully that showed off a bit of what Last Days of Old Earth is all about. What I get from the game is that it is a very, very simple 4X RTS game, which is nice because, you know, like Civ 5, I've got 220 hours in it, and I'm still learning new things, like every time I play. It is that in-depth and complicated. Endless Legend, I've put quite a few hours into it, and I'm still not comfortable playing it because there's just so much to learn for it, and it's quite hard to learn. This one, it is very, very easy to get the hang of. It's just very easy to learn, very easy to play. The only criticism I have with it is that games are very short. Like I told you, my first game I won in about 18 rounds. I won't win in 18 rounds in this one, but it shouldn't take too many more rounds. I can just build more armies over here. And its other weakness is just 2 playable races. That's kind of a big weakness for a 4X game. You'd like to have lots of different races. Endless Legend certainly did that right. Civ 5, of course, did that right. Hopefully they change that in the future. I would love to see more factions come into this. But like I said, it is in early access, so lots of things can still change with it. I think it is really, really good, especially considering it's in early access. It's so easy to get into. It's very enjoyable to play. Anyway, that was Last Days of Old Earth. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully that showed you what the game is about, taught you a little bit how to play the game. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Did you do it?
No. Fuck this shit.
Oh my god, we got 10 seconds. I got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, yes!
Oh my god.